What is up, everybody? We're back again for another episode, and I present you another incredible expert, Alexander. Alexander is a partner and co-founder of Hypernova Marketing. They're a fantastic business that does lead generation, B2B sales generation for their clients. They've helped massive companies, SaaS businesses like Propy, Lytics, as well as Transactify, home-known brands. Alexander is obviously a customer of SmartWriter as well. So Alexander, thank you so much for coming on board. The intent of the podcast obviously is to learn a bit more about yourself, go through some emails, get some tips and tricks about how you achieve success for yourself and your clients.
Hey guys, my name is Alex. Nice to meet you. Like you mentioned, I'm a co-founder of an agency. We're based off Bulgaria. Right now, we're a team of 6. And basically the way we started our agency and we started to cold email was me and my co-founder. We actually worked at a company Propy that you mentioned. We did cold email for them. We saw how much revenue it generated for them and how basically cheap it was for them because you were just paying off for like sending out emails. And we just decided to scale that and pretty much start doing it for our clients. And I guess how we came across you guys is we found out about SmartWriter and we just saw like a major boost in our reply rate. And that's how we kind of decided to start using it for ourselves and then for some of our clients.
Absolutely. And I'm very glad to hear about that. So, mate, we'll kick off by essentially doing the Google Doc share like we've done with everyone else. I'll share my screen right now, and I'd love to get your tips on what you think with respect to the 2 emails that we're sort of going through. For those listening on a podcast, you can watch the YouTube video when I share this as well, so you have an understanding of what exactly we're referring to. So, Alex, you should be able to see the screen right now. Awesome.
Yep.
So we've got email number 1 and we've got email number 2. I'm going to turn off my camera and I will let you go ahead. And I'd love to learn a bit more about what you think on email number 1.
For sure. So I'll just read it out loud, I guess, so the people on the podcast can kind of hear it.
Sure.
So it's, hi, James. My name is Ian. We're a marketing agency based out of London. I'd like to chat to you about how you run your Facebook ads. Not sure if you're currently facing any problems, but I'm sure we can help you. We've built a proprietary algorithm that will help reduce your CPCs, and we're confident that you will see a lot of success from it. So, I mean, right out the bat, it's a very basic email where they just talk about themselves. Of course, there's like no personalization.
Yeah.
Basically, this is what we'd see. Like, I even see a lot in my spam inbox. All emails, they just start with like, hi, X, my name is Y, and we do like Z, and that's it. And yeah, if you send out this type of emails, like I'd be surprised if you get any kind of responses. Yeah. So like there's no personalization. There's even nothing specific. Like they're talking about ads, but you can still go into more details. Like we'll see in the email below. And yeah, it's just like the people will know that it's like
it's sent to everyone.
The same email every day.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. On the money there. I'll read out the second email and look, I agree with you on this as well. I think the whole principle was it's very generic, personalization or not. It's all about me, and very little about what you're solving for the customer as well. So on the money with you. Email number 2 for those listening. It's, hey, James, love your story and how you use arbitraging to build your first business. Heard it on the Ahmed Meets CEO podcast. Given you're an e-com, I know iOS 14 hasn't been kind. We've fixed that and helped well-known brands like a competitor, so on and so forth, tank their CPC. Are you interested to know more?
Yeah. So I mean, breaking it down here, what I like is that the first sentence is personalized. So I think that's something where SmartWriter comes in, right? And then so people think, okay, that's like it's towards me. It's not something that there's towards everyone. Sure. And then the fact that they're like specifying a pain point. So okay, they do Facebook ads, but they know, like, let's say 90% of their customers, they hate iOS 14 right now. So they're focused on that problem. And then they're saying they fixed that. So that's definitely like much better than the other one. Because at least now they're getting into a more specific pain point. And actually, that's how we like to craft our emails, to like just focus on one pain point. And then just like say that, like offer a solution, tell them you can help that. And the call to action is pretty simple to like, are you open to learning more? So it's like, it's more low key.
And would you, if you were to fix like this CTA, not to put you obviously under pressure, what would you suggest? You think questions are good? Would you share a link? What are some things that you can sort of recommend for people with their when they're trying to craft their call to action?
So it depends. Like we've tried, I guess, a lot of variations. It just depends on the client. Normally we ask like, would you like to learn more? Sometimes we also ask them like, are you free, let's say Wednesday at 9 or 10 a.m. Personally, when we've tried like candidate links directly, we've seen like less conversions. So it's either like we ask for specific times or if they're open to learning more.
Awesome.
Pretty much those are our main like CTAs.
Makes sense. I think when you put more links into your email, the deliverability automatically starts reducing by itself by the nature of the game.
Yeah, it's also like it's like you're pushing them to, you know, jump on that candidate. Like we've seen them click, but it's like, you know, they don't finish it. It's just we just much rather for them to say like we're interested. And even when we respond, we actually give them time slots, or alternatively, you can book on calendar. Some people are old school and they don't directly book.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I think shortening that front and back definitely makes a big difference when you're trying to close a deal. Absolutely on the money there. Alexander, while I've got you, mate, I'd love to sort of understand a few tips from yourself as someone who's done this and obviously scaled it. If you were to share just at the top of your mind some few elements of a good email campaign, what are the things that you see people don't consider? Like when a client comes to you and they're asking for help, what are the things you see them do wrong that people can fix?
Yeah, for sure. So I'll try to cover as much as possible.
Yeah, sure.
But the first thing we actually see a big problem is with how they set up their emails and their actual domains. So it's very important before you start out send out any emails, like you know how to warm them up. You know how to set up like your DKIM, DMARC. Like there's a ton of articles out there, but you should definitely spend time there and making sure you have the deliverability. Because if nobody is like opening your emails, they're going to spam. It doesn't matter what kind of message you're sending out, what kind of tools you're using.
100%.
So that's probably like, yeah, that's probably the first thing. And the cool thing with that is like you can scale it there. Like you can do 10, 12 accounts. So we actually do like to work with more volume. So we set up like anywhere from 10 to 12 accounts per client. And that way you can increase your lead flow, you know, as long as you have those 30 open rates. And then from there, the way we normally do it is we have like an onboarding call where we go for a detailed questionnaire. Basically, what you're trying to understand is like, okay, from your current clients, you know, if you're looking to target like them, what can you find similarities? Like, are they using a similar technology? For example, for us, because we act as an external SDR, we're looking for people that are hiring other SDRs. So what's really good is to try to find some kind of like intent signals. Like, are they hiring a position? Do they have a certain technology? Do they have like a certain funding stage? So all of those are super important because you want to reach out to people that basically have like a higher intent as opposed to just like.
Absolutely on the money. That's a very good idea. That's a good point to make as well. So whilst you're, I guess intent being a very big piece when you're trying to close someone, I guess what I'd also love to understand, and a very common question asked in our group, is lead generation for yourself. Right. Now, I know you've got your secrets and that's perfectly fine, but I'd love to learn a little bit about how, as a marketing agency in 2022, you do lead generation for yourself. Is there anything that you are comfortable sharing with us that, you know, someone who's starting out their own agency can learn from?
For sure. Yeah. I mean, here's the first thing that helped us out really. It's like focusing on one service. So you mentioned that we do a lot, but we actually, the thing that we sell to our clients is just cold email, and then we upsell from there. So we're just focused on that, and people see us as like experts in that area. So for us, I guess the way we do it, if we've identified like which people we need to talk with. So for example, we mostly speak with sales. We don't speak with like marketing people because we work with the sales team. So it's identifying, like, first of all, which is your target persona. For example, if it's PPC, it might be like some of the marketing side, but let's say for us, it's like chief revenue officer, like VP of sales, so like VP C-level. And then from there, to be honest, we just 90% of our marketing is what we do, like it's for cold email. So we teach what we preach.
Yeah. No, that's absolutely fair. You're on the money. I think a lot of people cast a wide net and then your offering gets diluted. And I like that you lead with cold emailing and then you upsell on everything else. Everyone just starts with everything and just drop it down. And I guess the last question I want to get while I have you over here to pick your brain, a common question that's asked and most people don't have an answer for is regarding follow-ups, right? Is when should we send the first follow-up email? How often should we send it? And what should we even write in that first email? In that follow-up email, sorry.
The follow-ups, yeah. I mean, I'll give you like a basic structure that we do for most of our clients, but it varies. Day one, it's basically like where you do your pitch, and day 3, day 7, day 14, so like 3 follow-ups are completely okay. You're not overspamming them. So the second follow-up, which is like day 3, day 4, we try out a bunch of things. Sometimes you can even try like just bumping this up. We actually like to use a lot of humors. That's how we can stand out. So we use a ton of memes. Like there's this running joke where we use the seal and we just say like, this was my reaction when you didn't respond to my email.
Nice.
He has its mouth open. And actually, that's another key point that you should understand, like your audience. Like if they like shit ton of humor, like, excuse my language, you can use that kind of stuff. Like, don't be afraid to stand out. But yeah, so day 3, day 4, we normally say like, this was my reaction when I saw you didn't reply to my email, bumping this up. Sometimes you can follow up with like, maybe we achieved like X for this client, like with a small case. But yeah, normally it's like either
humor, memes. Okay, that's a very cool approach. I really like that. I usually end up using memes in my first email, but I'm going to give this a shot. I'm going to try it in the follow-up email. That's actually a very good tip. Well, Alexander, mate, super short. Thank you so much for this. For those who might want to get in touch with you, do you mind sharing a bit about your website? Where's the best place to get in touch with you?
For sure, man. So our website, it's a bit old right now, but you can go and check it out. It's hypernovamarketing.com. But if you want to get in touch with me personally, you can just write me an email, alex@hypernovamarketing.com, or just find me on LinkedIn. Like if you just write Alex Hypernova Marketing, you should also be able.
Fantastic. I'll share all the links along with the blog as well. Along with this video as well. So amazing, mate. Thank you so much. Stay safe in the winter in Bulgaria, and I will speak to you soon.
Awesome. Thanks so much, man.